Hello friends, in this video I'm going to introduce you to the payroll forms that are used in United States. This is just the introductory video in which I will introduce you to the names of the forms and what that form is used for. So let's get started. Form SS4, Application of Employer Identification Number EIN. Form SS5. It is used to apply for an original Social Security card. It may also be used to apply for replacement Social Security card or change or correct information on the Social Security number record. Form SS8. Used for the determination of worker status for purposes of federal employment taxes and income tax withholding. W-2. W-2 is your wage and tax statement. It is reported to the IRS. Form W-9 is used by third parties to collect identifying information to help file information returns with the IRS. It is never actually sent to the IRS but is maintained by a person, that is the HR personnel, who files the information return for verification purposes. Form W-4. Form W-4 is the transmittal of wage and tax statements reported to the IRS to transmit copy A of the forms W-2. W-4P is the withholding certificate for pension or annuity payments reported to the IRS for U.S. citizens, resident aliens, or their estates who are recipients of pensions, annuities, and certain other deferred compensation. It informs the payer of the correct amount of federal income tax to withhold from their payments. Form W-5, Earned Income Credit Advance Payment Certificate. It is reported to the IRS. Form W-7, Application of IRS Individual TIN, which is the Tax Identification Number, reported to the IRS. Form Star 668-W. It is the notice of levy on wages, salary, and other income from the IRS. Form 668-D. That's the release form of the levies and release of the property from the levy, reported by the IRS. Form 673, Statement for claiming exemption from withholding on foreign earned income, eligible for exclusions, provided by Section 911, reported to the IRS. Form 940. 940 is used as employer's annual federal unemployment tax return, reported to the IRS. Form 941. 941 is used as employer's quarterly federal tax return for the payroll taxes. It is reported to the IRS. It is due on the last day of the quarter ending month, and there is also a 10-day extension for timely deposits. Form 941M. Employer's monthly federal tax return, reported to the IRS, due on the 15th of the following month. Form 943. Employer's annual federal tax return for agricultural employees, reported to the IRS. It is due on January 31 and 10-day extension is given for the timely deposits. Form 944. Employer's annual federal tax return, reported to the IRS. It is due by January 31 and 10 days extension is given for timely deposits. Form 945. Annual return of withholding federal income tax, reported to the IRS, due on January 31 and 10-day extension for the timely deposits. Form 972 CG, that is the penalty notice from the IRS. IRS notification to employers of the missing or late information. Payroll forms, Form 1042. Annual withholding tax return for U.S. source income of foreign persons, reported to the IRS, due on March 15th. Form 1042-S. Foreign persons' U.S. source income subject to withholding, reported to the IRS and due on March 15th. Form 1042-D. Annual summary and transmittal of the Forms 104-S, reported to the IRS. Form 1096. Annual summary and transmittal of U.S. information returns to the IRS. 1099 LTC. Long-term care and accelerated death benefits, reported to the IRS. Form 1099 Miscellaneous, 1099 MISC. It is used to report the miscellaneous income to the IRS. Form 1099-R, used to report the distributions from pensions, annuities, retirement or profit-sharing plans, IRAs, insurance contracts, etc., reported to the IRS. Form 1099-SA, distribution from the HAS, Archer MSA, and Medicare Advantage MSA, reported to the IRS. Form 2032, contract coverage under Title II of Social Security Act. Form 2159, payroll deduction agreement, reported to the IRS. Form 2555, foreign earned income, reported to the IRS. Form 2678, employer appointment of agent, reported to the IRS. Form 2848 is the power of attorney and declaration of representative, reported to the IRS. Form 3903 is to report the moving expenses. It is reported to the IRS. Form 4070, employees report of tips to employer, reported to the IRS. Form 4137, Social Security and Medicare tax on unreported tip income, reported to the IRS. Form 4419, application of filing information returns electronically or magnetically, reported to the IRS. Form 4804, transmittal of information returns reported magnetically, to the IRS. Form 8027, Employer's Annual Information Return of Tip Income and Allocated Tips reported to the IRS, and it's due by February 28th. Form 8109, Federal Deposit Coupon reported to the IRS. Form 8233, Exemption from withholding on compensation for independent and certain dependent personal services of non-resident alien individuals reported to the IRS. Form 8505, Request for the waiver from filing information returns electronically or magnetically to the IRS. Form 8633, Application to participate in the IRS e-file program. Form 8655, Reporting Agent Authorization to the IRS. Form 8802, Application of the U.S. Residency Certification to the IRS. Form 8846, Credit for employer Social Security and Medicare taxes paid on certain employee tips reported to the IRS. Form 9041, Application Registration for Electronic Magnetic Media Filings and Business Return to the IRS. And last form is Form 9779, Business Enrollment Form for the EFPT TPS, Electronic Fund Transfer Payment Services to the IRS. I recommend that you watch this video again and again so that you get familiar with all these forms. Remembering them is going to be very difficult, but just try to make yourself acclimated with some of them. Thank you for watching.